remember doing this. I went like this, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to hurt. And the passenger reached out and he smiled at me. He smiled, huge cot, brown teeth, and he went, and he was that close. I could see him that vividly. And he smiled. That smile that cot filled, still just the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life. And I did lose it. And I got on the radio and I went, they're with us, they're with us. Mortar stopped, and then at 7 a.m., a militia was coming in, and I remember there was just me and Boone and Jack left. Nobody, and it would piss me, nobody would come and relieve us. It was like, dude, I was like, guys, GRS guys, Delta, will somebody come give us a break? I mean, come on, it's like having a patrol base, and you got to give guys breaks. Nobody would come relieve us. So we stayed up there, and I remember Bob said, Tano.
The Delta guys didn't come up?
No, and I got no heartache with. I did for big time.
What were they doing?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. They're Delta. I know they do hardcore shit, and I got no heartache with them. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus here. It's just, it is what it is. And I know they're fucking warriors because they're Delta. You kind of have to be at the unit. Now I've seen guys Bolo shoots from the unit too, going through TDC and going, but like anybody, they have bad days, but I don't know. Maybe they're on a different, I would like to know. If you ever get them on, I would love to know what the hell they were doing. Maybe it was document destruction, destroying classified documents, or why we were there. I don't know. But anyway, when the militia was coming in, Bob says to me, he goes, Tano, you got the front gate. He goes, make sure this militia that we got coming is friendly. All I had left was my M4. That's all I had ammo left for. That's all I had, my pea shooter. It's daytime now. And I remember asking Bob, I go, roger that, Chief. I got front gate. Understood. Can you give me some description of who I'm looking for? He goes, I don't know, Tano. I said, Bob, Chief, do you have vehicle colors, insignia I can ID? He goes, we don't have any of that information. And the TL needs to start chipping in. I'm asking the TL the same things. I go, are there uniforms I can look for? Do I have communication via cell phone, my burn phone? Can I call somebody? Do you guys have communication? We lost communication. I go, give me a number, Bob, at least. He goes, our team leader comes across right, and he goes, Tano, the numbers between 30 to 50, they're all technicals. Like, holy fuck. And I got on the radio, and we didn't put it in the movie, but I said, and you guys expect me to fight these fuckers off with a pea shooter? I said, roger that. Thinking, no response, because why keep poking the bear? Because I'll keep giving them shit. And I just said to him, and I go on the radio, I clicked it one more time. I said, Bob, you've been a plethora of information. I really appreciate him being a smartass. And I went dark, and I saw him coming. Pablo played it. It still breaks, I mean, it does. It breaks my heart when I see it because he played it so spot on, because that's how exactly I felt. I'm watching these technicals, and it is a huge militia. They you know what technicals are. It's those Hiluxes with those Dishkas or anti-aircraft guns in the back, or a PKM mounted, and it's badass militia. And as they're coming in, I get behind that parapet wall at 3 foot high, and I made myself as small as I could, and I had an EOTech. It was on, and I put the EOTech on the passenger, because I'm thinking to myself, hey, this ain't over. It's not over till it's all over. It's not over till it ends, man, and I'm dead, or they're dead. It's probably going to be me, and all I'm thinking is that Dishka is going to rip me in half, and I hope it's quick. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm at least going to get one of them. And I got my infrared my EOTech on the passenger, who looks like a commander. I don't know, but he's passenger. And then I'm just rotating back and forth from the Dishka gunner to the passenger, because if I see the Dishka gunner move and he hits that fly, I'm going to hit that fly trigger. I'm going to pull my trigger and at least get him, and then I'll get ripped up. But I just couldn't think of anything else. I had no way to connect them. I learned the Jumbo in Mosul at Merez because we had Sudanese guards, and every time we leave the gate, they would throw up the Jumbo to me in 2008. So one day I stopped and asked them, I said, what does that mean, dude? It means good morning. It officially is Swahili. It means good morning. You'll see it on shirts in Africa. I said, Jumbo. But because the shaka is much cooler and it's be cool, they've kind of adopted that. That's what they told me. I said, so it just means be cool. So I would throw that up. And every time I threw it up, if I wanted to see if somebody was friendly, if I got it back, well, I'm here. So 9 times out of 10, it was friendly. And I couldn't think anything else. And I went like this. And I was, you could have put a lump of coal at my ass. It would have been a diamond like that. I was like, just tight. And they're both chewing cot. I remember the cot because they had big wads of cot in their mouth. For those that don't know what cot is, it's an amphetamine they dip before they go into battle. It's like a leaf, but it's like chewing cocaine. It's like mixing Copenhagen with cocaine and steroids. That's what it is. And it rots your teeth. It turns your mouth brown. You chew it all enough. It makes you look like a heroin addict if you chew it. And they look like they've been chewing it forever. Just gross and caught everywhere. And I remember doing this. I went like this, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to hurt. And the pastor reached out and he smiled at me. He smiled, huge cot, brown teeth, and he went, and he was that close. I could see him that vividly. And he smiled, threw the jumbo up, and the Dishka gunner took one hand off the fly, took off that Dishka, the back, and he went like this.
No.
And it was
shit.
And I said, people watch the movie and are like, that's so dramatized. Like, oh, that's the fuck what happened. And I said, my wife is gorgeous. My kids are beautiful, beautiful smiles. But they know this. And I told them, I said, honey, I love you. You got a beautiful smile. But that smile that caught filled is still just the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life. And I did lose it. It was like, for briefly, I did. I just kind of let it out. And I got on the radio and I went, they're with us, they're with us. And I mean, I'm hoping the movie, what all them felt like you see in the movie, I'm hoping that's how they felt. And there was just was somebody, what had happened. And I don't know how Bob didn't get this fucking information since the commander was right in there. The buddies that took the militia that took the mortar team out, they went and got more of their buddies. So they just got more Gaddafi people. So we got saved by Gaddafi twice.
Wow.
And then we got out of there, and got to the airfield, and there was some fights over our vehicles. I mean, in the movie it showed a few guys. There was actually probably about 15 guys that wanted our vehicles. It was kind of comical because some guy ND'd his AK when they were fighting over our vehicles. So we're in the middle, and we're trying to get people on. And this is the respect I have for Oz, and I've said it before. I think it was either with you or with Darren, but again, you respect, even if you don't like people, you respect and give respect when it's due. And he did. He was John Wayne. He said the coolest fucking thing, and he did say this. When we got there, we were trying to help him off the back of the truck and get on the plane, and he wouldn't let us help him. He climbed his own, he climbed his own ass down from the building, bleeding. I don't know if he said it during his interview. He may have, but that was pretty fucking impressive. He was down, pepper shrapnel, arms flying off, and he climbed down a ladder one-handed. He slipped on a rung and caught himself with his elbow, and then he walked himself down. So me and Oz may not get along, but he's one of the toughest son of bitches I've ever been with. And when he said that, I was like, God dang, I wish I would have said that. I said, damn, that's some John Wayne, Clint Eastwood shit right there. And he walked in there, and the flight attendants were out there.
What did he say again? I
walked into this country, I'm going to walk out. He said it wasn't movie, it wasn't script. That's what he said. We were all standing there, and all of us were like, damn.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.